Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will sting. Right now, another man may be using your wife's phone more than you do. That's not paranoia. That's reality most men ignore until it's too late. Tonight, I'll expose 5 psychological red flags that scream betrayal louder than any excuse she gives. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and like this video, not for vanity, but so you join a brotherhood of men who refuse to live blind. And tell me in the comments, what city are you watching from? Dallas, London, or maybe Tokyo? Red flag 1. The phone becomes a weapon. It doesn't start with lipstick, it starts with a screen. One day her phone is just a phone, left on the counter, open on the sofa, forgotten in the car. The next day, it's glued to her hand like it contains nuclear codes. She takes it into the bathroom, tucks it under her pillow, tilts it away from your eyes at dinner. Suddenly, a buzzing notification makes her flinch like she's been caught stealing. That's not privacy, that's panic. Here's the psychology. When someone has secrets, they develop what profilers call defensive object attachment. The phone isn't just a gadget anymore, it's the vault to her double life. Watch the subtle details. Her messages disappear faster than you can blink. She claims every vibration is just work. She angles the screen like she's shielding state secrets. And the strangest part, this behavior doesn't evolve slowly. It flips like a switch. Add in the gossip-level details. She claims her battery is dying more often, but somehow she's charging it in new places, always face down. She gets anxious when it's out of sight, even for a few minutes. You're not imagining it. You're witnessing the phone morph into a weapon, one used against your trust. But guarding a device is only the beginning, because when protecting one screen isn't enough, she'll create an entirely new reality outside of your marriage. And that's when the lies get bolder. But paranoia over a buzzing phone is nothing compared to what happens when her entire routine changes. Red flag 2. The gym or class that never produces results. At first, it sounds inspiring. She suddenly has the urge to better herself. A new gym membership across town, evening language classes, weekend workshops. You nod proudly, maybe even foot the bill, thinking you're supporting growth. But weeks pass, months pass, and nothing changes. No new Spanish phrases, no medals from 5 a.m. runs, no paintings from that art class. Just endless absences wrapped in the language of self-improvement. This is the illusion. What should be a bridge between you becomes a wall. Notice the timing. These new commitments always seem to collide with the hours that once belonged to your marriage. Thursday date night, Sunday morning coffee, even family dinners. She's not just busy, she's strategically busy. Here's the gossip detail most men miss. She packs gym clothes but returns without a hint of sweat. She claims the new instructor is amazing, yet you never hear a single detail about what she's supposedly learning. Sometimes, she even shows you a membership card from a facility she barely visits, waving it like proof, while you're left wondering why the scale, the schedule, and her stories never add up. The psychological trick is simple. Self-improvement makes suspicion look like control. If you question it, you're the bad guy. Why don't you want me to grow? She'll ask. But growth should add connection, not erase it. When her personal journey looks more like a vanishing act than an evolution, it's not motivation, it's misdirection. And when misdirection becomes routine, the next disguise is even more convincing. Because behind the veil of professional projects hides something far more dangerous. Red flag 3, the helpful work project partner. It often begins with a name dropped casually over dinner. Jake and I are working late on the proposal, or David really understands how to structure this project. At first, it sounds harmless, even nobly. Who could object to a wife collaborating on something that might advance her career or help the community? You even encourage it, feeling proud of her drive. But here's where the pattern turns poisonous. Weeks pass, then months. Somehow, this project never seems to produce a presentation, a launch, or even a finished report. Yet his name keeps surfacing in conversation, almost daily, like a background character in your marriage. And strangely, Every progress meeting requires privacy, late hours, and vague explanations. The gossip-worthy part. She comes home exhausted but never with tangible results. No draft to show, no update to share. If you press gently, her answers are frustratingly vague. It's complicated, you wouldn't understand. Translation: she's not protecting the project, she's protecting the connection. Psychologically, this works because work is one of the most socially acceptable shields in existence. Question it too strongly, and you're accused of being unsupportive, insecure, even controlling. Yet a true collaboration produces outcomes. A false one produces only distance. If her helpful partner keeps appearing in her stories while the supposed project remains invisible, you're not dealing with teamwork, you're dealing with an alibi. And when the lies start piling up in her professional life, she'll need a new mask. One built not on words, but on technology. That's when the digital disguises begin. Red flag 4, digital disguises and gossip-level tricks. By the time her phone habits shift into full-blown secrecy, she's already crafting a digital disguise that makes James Bond look lazy. This isn't just deleting texts, it's rewriting reality. That Jessica from yoga who pings her at midnight, his name is Michael, and Jessica doesn't exist. The profile picture, a stock photo from Google. The number, saved under a decoy contact so innocent you'd never think to question it. She knows you might glance at her screen, so she arms herself with secret folders, disguised apps, and innocent-looking icons. That budget tracker, on page 3 of her phone, it's a hidden messenger. That calendar reminder, a vault of private photos. To the untrained eye, it's boring. To her, it's a parallel life. And here's the gossip twist. She's not just reacting, she's rehearsing. On Sundays, she snaps batches of selfies across town. Starbucks, grocery store parking lots, even her office lobby. She schedules them to auto-send during the week, so when she texts, thinking of you, with a coffee cup in hand, she's actually somewhere else entirely. You smile at the photo, convinced she's just down the street. In truth, she's miles away, erasing the line between lie and reality with every tap. The psychological sting is brutal. She's not simply hiding, she's gaslighting. She's feeding you fake evidence to make you doubt your instincts, to make you believe your gut is the problem, not her behavior. But no matter how elaborate the disguise, one thing always breaks through: the weight of guilt. And when guilt takes over, it doesn't hide in silence. It comes wrapped in affection. Red flag 5. Guilt wrapped as love. This one feels the most confusing because it looks like everything you've been waiting for. Suddenly, she's affectionate again. She makes your favorite dinner without being asked. She slips on that perfume from your honeymoon, cracks the old inside jokes, even pulls you into spontaneous date nights. You think, finally, she remembers us. But beneath the sweetness lurks something darker. Guilt dressed up as devotion. Here's the psychology. When a person betrays, their conscience craves balance. So she overcompensates, showering you with attention to cancel out the betrayal. It feels real, but the timing is wrong. One day she's distracted and cold, the next she's warm and glowing, almost too perfect. That swing isn't love returning, it's guilt demanding relief. The gossip detail makes it sting sharper. She brings home wine you casually mentioned weeks ago, claims it's just because. Or she hugs you longer than usual, eyes wet, as if reassuring herself more than you. That's not intimacy, that's her subconscious bargaining. If I act like the perfect wife, maybe what I did won't feel so dirty. The cruel twist, her overcompensation trains you. You start associating her disappearances with sudden bursts of tenderness, and in your relief, you thank her for the very behavior that betrays you. But guilt doesn't last forever. Once it fades, her mind shifts to something even colder, removing you from her future altogether. See you in the next video.